Okay, welcome to UK turn 3. Purchases, obviously UK Atlantic can't buy anything. UK Atlantic's money is in the German coffers right now because of that. So, UK Pacific, however, has 26 IPCs to spend. They're going to spend 12 on 2 tanks, and they're going to bank the other 14. I think I know what they're going to do with that $14 later. They do have some attacks to make, so we'll let you know what's going on with those. First and foremost, in North Africa, they will be sending 1 artillery from Cairo into Alexandria to reclaim that. They will also be attempting to take Iraq. There are 3 infantry, pro-axis infantry there. Here's what they're coming in with. They will be taking 1 infantry and 1 artillery from British Somaliland onto this transport, and they will be moving to Sea Zone 80 to do an amphibious assault. The battleship will be coming with them, as will one of the 2 cruisers from Sea Zone 98. Okay. The other element, the 2 fighters and the tactical bomber from Transjordan are also going to be participating in the Iraq attack. Over in the Pacific, they will be attacking Burma with 5 infantry from Calcutta, and they will be attacking Shan State with 3 infantry from Malaya. So that's how that's going to work. So we'll see what happens there. Okay, let's roll some dice. I did forget to mention one battle. There is a sea battle. The destroyer from Sea Zone 37 is going to attempt to take out the submarine in Sea Zone 45. So add that to the list. Okay, the battle for Iraq is an amphibious assault. The HMS Glenurn transport is bringing an infantry and an artillery, and please note that these are Far East Command troops, so if this territory is taken, they are going to claim it for the Pacific, because the Atlantic cannot get any new territory. They're also coming in with 2 fighters and a tactical bomber, and the HMS Newfoundland cruiser and the HMS Duke of York battleship. The Iraqis are defending with 3 infantry. So that's 2 at 2, 3 at 3, and 2 at 4. Five hits. So that's the ball game. However, the Iraqis do get to defend. 3 hits. Okay, so, wow. Okay, I was told not to lose planes, but he's going to have to lose a plane. So he doesn't take the territory. He loses both of those pieces, and he is going to lose one of the fighters. Wow, Jesus, that was good defense. Okay, so the territory is not taken, and one of the planes is sacrificed as a result. For the attack on Burma, the British are coming in with 5 infantry, unsupported, and the Japanese are defending with 1 infantry. No hits. Miss. 1 hit, that's all they needed. But Japanese will get a second opportunity to try and kill a Brit, and they don't. So England Far East Command takes the territory with no casualties. For the attack on Shan State, there's going to be 3 infantry coming in against 1 Japanese infantry. All misses. Miss. Misses. Miss. Misses. Miss. This is an exercise in futility, isn't it? Misses. Miss. Wow. Hit. Gang that couldn't shoot straight, eh? And a hit. Okay, so UK Pacific does take the territory, but it costs them an infantry to do so after an excruciatingly long series of dice rolls. Okay, in Sea Zone 45, the British destroyer, the HMS Whirlwind, is going after the Japanese submarine I-156. So it's a 2 versus a 1. Here we go. Miss. Miss. Hit. Miss. So the UK does take out the submarine and suffers no casualties itself. Okay, let's focus on the non-combat moves. Let's start in North Africa. The 3 fighters that escaped London, or the UK before London fell, that landed in Algeria, are going to make their way over to the airbase in Transjordan. The transport in Sea Zone 98 is going to go to 96, pick up the infantry and artillery from Malta, and then move down to 81 and drop off in Cairo. The destroyer and the cruiser in Sea Zone 98 will make their way to join the rest of the growing British fleet in Sea Zone 80. I suspect they're going east. The plane situation. The fighter and tactical bomber in Egypt are going to make their way to Ukraine, as are the remaining fighter and tactical bomber from the Iraq attack. In addition, the 2 infantry in Anglo-Egyptian Sudan are going to move to Ethiopia. The tank from British Somaliland is going to move to Anglo-Egyptian Sudan. And down here, the mechanized infantry and artillery are going to be railed 3 spots to Anglo-Egyptian Sudan. The transport that escaped up north is making its way slowly down around Africa. It's going to end up in Sea Zone 71, presumably ready to take this transport somewhere next turn. Also, the Far East Command infantry in Eastern Persia is going to go to Persia. Now, because we made a rule here, we decided to alter the rules a little bit. Normally, everything on this side of the board will turn UK Atlantic, but because the UK Atlantic doesn't have a capital, and because this is a Far East Command piece, I don't know how well you can see that, we're going to allow him to claim Persia for India. Okay. All right. Moving on in terms of the non-combat situation, the anti-aircraft artillery in Malaya is going to move north into Shan State, and one of the artillery in India is going to move into Burma. So let me tidy up the board, and we'll be back in a moment with more. Now, I should mention also, he has not moved this mech infantry in British Somaliland. I don't know if he wants to. I did email him about it, but I haven't heard back. So this may move or it may stay there. We'll see. I'm assuming if it moves, it's going to go to Anglo-Egyptian Sudan, but we'll see. I may have to fix that in a subsequent video. Okay, placement of new units. 2 new tanks are going to be placed on the board in India. And we are going to have to make some adjustments. Japan's income is going to go down 1, 2. So the Pacific British income will go up 2, plus we do have to make 2 changes here. The Pacific income is going to go up 2 more. And also Alexandria is British again. So that's +4 for the Pacific economy. And so they're going to go from 8 to 12. And that means that Japan is going to go down from 45 to 43. And so now we have to do the income. So 12 IPCs are the base income. So that's what they're going to collect. 12 plus the 14 that they had saved from the last turn. So that's going to give them 26 IPCs to spend on this turn, or on the next turn. And I suspect I know where some of this money is going. So 26 IPCs for UK Pacific. So let's have a tour around the board and see where the units are. So in the Pacific, in Shan State, we have 2 infantry and 1 anti-aircraft. In Burma, we have 5 infantry and 1 anti-aircraft. In India proper, in Calcutta, we have our bunker, plus 2 anti-aircraft, 4 infantry, and 2 tanks. In Persia, there are now 3 infantry. They claimed 2. And in C-Zone 80, there are 2 cruisers, a destroyer, a battleship, and a transport. In the Union of South Africa, there is an artillery piece, and in C-Zone 71, there's a transport. In British Somaliland, there is an mechanized infantry, although again, I suspect that will be moved, but if it is, I'll correct it in the next video. In Ethiopia, there are 2 infantry. In Anglo-Egyptian Sudan, there are a mechanized infantry, a tank, and an artillery. In C-Zone 81, there is a transport. In Transjordan, with 1 Canadian troop, there are 3 fighters at the airbase. In Cairo, in Egypt, there are an infantry, an artillery, and anti-aircraft artillery, along with a Canadian and a French unit, and there's also a bunker there. In Alexandria, there is an artillery. All the way over in Ukraine, there is a fairly substantial RAF presence. There are 2 fighters and 2 tactical bombers. Oh, you know what? I think I forgot something. Hold on. I think they might get a bonus. They do. Oh, no, they don't. Sorry, my mistake. I thought that UK Pacific got a bonus, but they do not, because Hong Kong has fallen. Okay, Kwangtung is under the control of the Japanese, so they will not get a bonus for that. They do still control Malaya for now, but they don't control Hong Kong, so there is no bonus there. Okay, so that is the UK turn. The Italians are up next. We'll see what they can accomplish in their turn. Okay. Okay, I just got my opponent's email. As I suspected, he does want to move this mechanized infantry. So he's going to move it into 1-2 Anglo-Egyptian Sudan. So there will be 2 mechanized infantry there instead of 1. So just the adjustment there. 2 mech infantry, 1 artillery, and 1 tank in Anglo-Egyptian Sudan.